morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Evaluation of the Prime Minister's office reveals performance of a majority of ministers as dismal. 9 ministers, including 2 deputy prime ministers, failed the assessment. Venezuela's president Nicolás Maduro vows to defeat a crazed minority that wants to remove him from power. Calls for anti-imperialist marches on Saturday to coincide with anti-government protests led by Juan Guaido. And 13-time champions Real Madrid crash out from the pre-quarter-final round of UEFA Champions League, suffer a 5-3 aggregate defeat against Ajax. Tottenham Hotspurs progress to the last 8. More than half the cabinet members led by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli have failed to live up to their work plan. As per the evaluation of past 7 months, the performance of 9 ministers, including 2 deputy prime ministers, has been assessed as significantly dismal. Only the ministers at Finance, Foreign and Labour ministries have been found exhibiting satisfactory performance during the period. The monitoring conducted via an online application has even listed some of the ministers under the category of zero performance. The results have been unveiled after Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli started evaluating the ministry's performance online by establishing a separate division in this regard. On the basis of the work plans presented by the ministers themselves, the performance has been marked as green for accomplished works, yellow for the ones that have been initiated, and red for those yet to be started. As per the assessment, Minister for Physical Infrastructure and Transport, Raghuveer Mahaset, has emerged as the weakest performer among the ministers. Likewise, the performance of Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Ishwar Pokhrel and Deputy Prime Minister Upendra Yadav has remained significantly weak. Similarly, the assessment has revealed that Land Management Minister Padma Aryal, Minister for Drinking Water Bina Magar, Industry Minister Matrika Yadav and Education Minister Giriraj Mani Pokhrel have failed to live up to their responsibilities. The list also includes Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa and Energy Minister Barsaman Pun, among others. The evaluation of ministers' performance initiated by the government's leadership itself is commendable. The attempt, however, would turn fruitful only if the Prime Minister takes any concrete action to do away with the wrongdoing. The government has claimed that it has been laying the foundation for a greater economic growth. Presenting the semi-annual financial review report yesterday, Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatiwada said that the increase in agricultural productivity, tourism and remittance, the expansion in use of industrial capacity and improvement in energy supply shows that the country is headed towards economic prosperity. Minister Khatiwada also said that the status of revenue collection and capital expenditures were satisfactory and that the country would attain the financial growth as anticipated. However, despite the minister's claim, the capital expenditure so far stands at 55,520 million rupees, which is just 17.7% of the total capital expenditure budget. Likewise, only 25% of the budget allocated for national pride projects have been spent so far. The government has aimed for an 8% economic growth this fiscal year. The Finance Ministry has said that it will only spend 84.5% of the capital expenditure budget this fiscal year. Minister Khatiwada said that the budget for ministries incapable of spending allocated budget would be decreased next fiscal year. Meanwhile, out of 37,290 million rupees given to the provinces, the ministry has said that the provincial governments have so far only spent 11,460 million rupees. In regards to the requests made by industrialists to decrease the interest rates on financial institutions, Minister Khatiwada said the government was incapable of controlling the inflation in open market along with interest rates and foreign exchange rates. Now the government is preparing to introduce provision to assess the teachers appointed under temporary quotas at community schools and those as child development assistants to decide if they are eligible to be permanent government teachers. However, analysts have opined that such a law that prevents an open and fair competition while prioritizing those appointed through political powers as unfavorable to the quality of public education. The government began appointing temporary teachers since 2003 and there are around 40,000 temporary teachers across the country at the moment. Likewise, around 36,000 individuals are currently working as child development assistants. Majority of these appointments were made against the norms of the Teachers Service Commission. However, the government is preparing for a law that allows 20% of the total temporary teachers and 20% of the child development assistants to be permanent government officials. Meanwhile, the temporary teachers have taken it to the streets, demanding all of them be appointed as permanent teachers. The temporary teachers and child development assistants had been receiving their salaries from international donor agencies in the initial stages. However, as of recent, despite not having an official appointment letter from the government, their salaries are being paid by the government itself. Meanwhile, more than 700,000 students who have cleared high school education are awaiting the vacancy announcement from Teachers Service Commission to apply for teachers' license. Students from the ruling Nepal Communist Party themselves have protested against the proposed act. Analysts have warned that the government's preparation to take temporary teachers as permanent, giving in to the resistance, would risk the quality of public education and discourage the new generation of teachers awaiting for new vacancies. The Civil Aviation Authority has banned international pilots from taking solo paragliding after repeated fatal accidents as of recent. The authority has taken the decision after 2 foreign nationals lost their lives at Pokhara while paragliding. The authority has said the pilots who had the flight permits breached the flight regulations and had crossed the designated flight area as well. The ban will be effective for 15 days. The authority has put 216 international solo pilots who have their permits on hold until further notice. Likewise, the authority has suspended Blue Sky and Front Air's paragliding companies. An international solo paraglider from Russia identified as Dmitry Stefanishin from Russia died yesterday in the second fatal paragliding accident of the week in Pokhara. The paraglider had fallen on the ground minutes after it took off from Sarankot. Dmitry had used the same Front Air's paragliding company whose clients from Russia and Poland had met with an accident at Machaputre rural municipality on Monday. On Sunday this week itself, another solo paraglider, Ebi Cesazir from Romania, lost his life after plunging in the Feva Lake in a paragliding mishap. Welcome back. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the service seekers who had reached Buddha Bhumi Municipality Office at Kapilvastu for works related to birth and death registration, relocation and development works, among others, regarding what they had to say about the service delivery. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
जिल्ला तहमा गएर गर्नुपर्ने विभिन्न कामहरू हाम्रा नगरपालिका मार्फत गर्न पाउँदा एउटा हामी आम सर्वसाधारणलाई जिल्लामा गइरहनु पर्ने समस्याबाट मुक्त भएको छ।
नगरपालिकामा अहिले शाखाहरू छन्, शाखाहरू हुँदाखेरि सबै कामहरू एकैचोटी भइरहेछ, धेरै दुःख पाउनु परेको छैन।
गाविस हुँदाखेरिमा जति सहज थियो नगरपालिका भइसकेपछि त्यति सहज छैन र सेवाग्राहीलाई राम्रो तरिकाबाट सूचना प्रवाह पनि भएको छैन।
भन्दाखेरि कर्मचारी व्यवस्थापन भएन भनिन्छ, भएका कर्मचारीलाई पनि व्यवस्थापन गर्न नसकेको हो। यो प्रशासन निकायले कर्मचारी नभएर जनता चाहिँ सेवा नपाएर चाहिँ आतुरीमा छन्।
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what is your take on temporary teachers demanding for automatic permanent contracts? Your options are A, obstructing the capable one from being appointed, B, against the norms, and C, recognition of their contribution. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.